Jagmaswa. Happy New Year, Nishtim Sajuyetna. Niano that's a Grand Alliance Gabitsiach. Hagen Gawi the Bajumiach. Hagen and Gawi do the Gnojin. Aji Nandot say Tignoji, Dabagum Tagno Gona that's at the Mabisum. Would I that's a matagmi Stumch? Ayo, Coptel Udaban Maskino. Hagen and catch a bitch to be tagno, Dabak on the Skumunanoch. Mugmag, Hagen Mogot Nando Saitigno. Umag the Batmagonoch Grand Alliance, Hagen and J. Mudaman, Jan Stone and Jestjage, Njint and Dohuioj, Hound Dohusion. Jadak Chisasibi, Chudanish, to go to Chibiu, Ujibugmo, O Gadukset Bisum, Godoshni Shoshet, Giscosada, Hagunji, Jamamo Nagano, George Bugmoyo, Chisasibi, was one P. Mistisni, Genoma gets Sasibi, Hagunji Jade Stats, Nada Jam, what Diganogen, we Dabagum Taganogen, Mascano, Gana, Nada, that's a go to Chtum Chape, Gravet Chape Railway, Shingada, Mistisni Access Road, Gemagan Airport, Routes and Nor, Gemagan. That's how the Bagum Tagano now gauge that the LG4 Gaidomuj Mascano Transtega 167 Agutna Dachabutumo, Hagen Ganop Tiganoj mean, Hagen means at the bad Tiganoj, Queen and the Wash Gaganish Nishnu Bake Shabbat to discuss that February 2021. Agut mean Janchtinano, Chagunji Abaja, Wash Gaganish, Washasibi was one P. Namaska East Main, Agunji, Wunduhusioka, Jadak Chisasibi, Chingon, Mohio Jog. Copter the band Mascano, routes and or. Gan was Gaganish Access Road, East Main Access Road, Gamagan Bleed Diamond Highway, got bomb which Agatash and Chip Bomb Tagano, Organ in with the band Mascano, Yamaga, Danako Jadish Nagan Gubna, Organ and Judge J. Mudiganoch, Massage go to Wawi Tagano, Jagon Gam Squat Aganoch, Kumina Nishnu Nishosh Shop, Gamag Nishnu Niana Now Shop, February 27 and 28, Chisasibi, Agut Minja do Diganoja, Jamamu Nagano, Jindu Hui, Chagon Zizi Yabizga, and got Jadakoguts and now we the Bagum Taganoj, Mascno, that's all Moxtuch, Gamagna that chance Tega, how we the Bagum Taganoj and Kudig Mascno, Gamaga Ungont. Optel the band Mascano go the Widum Tagno Jag and the Wab Maxch and I Shnishtamchka. Dabo go Ishnakcha and Skumdia eel, Gamagam Squataganoja god and Doitechka he used in a judgy to the gnoj. How can I go with Maddox? Dabiga mean doing the Shnishtamchka, Doj go with Mad now. Danako de Shnakchin gone Tamamu Naganoj. Kunji Inji Agunjinji Janishtam Haganoj Jinji Wajska on Dohustio to the Chisasibi and God's gonna we do the gnoj. God Ganop Tiganoj get not the Bashk. We Waish Tagano gods are going to jeans, Kumanos, Gamag Jajich to be Taganoj. Mognando say Tigno, studies Kainanoj. I'll go on a judge Gawi with Madak Jonoch Nishtem Biatmak, Grande Alliance radio show. Queen Maga Uga mean Jabatwag mean Danny. Pash, Haugen and the Judge Dipstick, that's a Cree construction and development company. With Machia Gagujik suits that's on 2023. Hagutin that can Gamamuinano, that's about door. Aguni Magnia J. Modek. Then now we are a Shigano optic near Nyagodzagoya. Are we Waishtaganods Godzagonja, Jajuichi good goy of Abitsun, which Yamagagan and Grand Alliance in Go Railway shame or he wage. Momag Danny Pash. Umaga Jaim he got Danny Pash is in Gaso. Agunina Bambita do another Cree construction and development company, nada that's at Chisasibi, Gadux in his Ogunk. Agutu Tate to the Valdor, Secretariat Gason Gaso Jinji, Inji Gabambita Ganoptiganozago, Abitsion, Aguninia, White Chuadia. An adoptic or then at Gojajisha, a wee chisel hagen Cree construction, nada that's at Chisasibi, which Missitausha Ditigunia with Dabbits, you know, and Guamshtugushim, huh? Now Jayuim, Dumsina, Negontikish, but you are we take. What's that, Danny?
Why'd Christopher? It's a pleasure to be here today with you.
First, maybe you can introduce yourself. I know your late father was Simeon Pash. People probably wouldn't know that, but maybe just talk a little bit about your family history from Fort George.
Yes, of course. Well, I grew up on the island of Fort George as a small child. We were there till about the age of 7 or 8 years old. I loved growing up on the island. It was my original home, and it brings back a lot of childhood memories, roaming the island and I truly loved it. Afterwards, we moved to Val d'Or, which I grew up as a young adult, a teenager. And then that's where I first started my first employment. I started with Air Quebec. I started working as a dispatcher, and then I wrote a letter to the late President Albert Diamond. I said, Albert, if I have my pilot license, would you hire me as a pilot? And he said, of course. I encourage all development of Native youth. So I went to flying school. I got my license, and then I flew at Air Quebec for about 10 years. I flew on all the aircraft that they had on both sides, Ontario and Quebec. I really enjoyed my time at Air Quebec, but it was also a real foundation for my career. But I knew that if I were to go out into the world and learn more and explore more, it would benefit me at a greater level. So I accepted a position at Air Transat. I flew another 10 years at Air Transat on Boeing and Airbus aircraft. So I was able to have the opportunity to fly pretty much North America, South America, Europe, and the guy gave me a lot of good experience. After that, I took another position in NAV Canada. With NAV Canada, I was in charge of the designing and maintaining the national airspace system. Again, and also in the finance department. It gave me a lot of experience with project management and governance and best practices. At one point, I was kind of missing home there, missing the communities and all my family, and I realized that I had a lot of knowledge that I had gained outside of the Cree world, and I could bring a lot of this knowledge back. So then the position opened up for president of CCDC, and it turned out to be the perfect fit for my experience. I have a lot of project management experience and a lot of knowledge on governance as well. So I accepted the position at CCDC. I'm truly at home at CCDC. I love being back home in the communities. I love working with the entities. I like working with the local representation, and I'm so fortunate to be able to return home like this. And that pretty much summarizes really quickly my career so far to date.
Agadash na ka Matsian gonna da minchtik for George na staban Jimmy tanagat go pidgin goyan gam ani shosh ke tibnos ya chuda gish bajet hi go ya chuda gish bajet biach ni gidax da da Val d'Or agat magot nishtema ga dian ga dus nidian and then jabet sin na Quebec nishtema in gant I am haganods go wanji a we busich ne go bim hamganich agat magit ka wit morgan nia Albert Diamond ga go budaskuna bam hiost go shien and jida ji gaish gia station daimaz go EU go ji bam hiatska agat magin gaitian da bachi that bun hinji bam han and Air Quebec come in da shigan up the man go it doing the do we say to man go go then man and that ji bam han me Air Transat ni Boeing kam shetcha ga bam ham gaskan Airbus agan ni ga bam bitan ji ha mesatan ji this pianot go wo absen ga jot Canada, United States, Canada, South America, Canada, Europe ji ha agat han saga di dan bam here. Canada, Jaguar NAV Canada. I got to mean go das kunguyan jajabitsian. Ma in the H Shuana Chicano Magnot, Ganoptiganus comes in Hagen. I wouldn't go Ganopt and son has a good muscle in his on here. Jagap Hishta Jabitsian and CCDC Cree Construction and Development Company. Yeah, I got in Gateman got Jibatsu and Nastabanji Nastabakan Jiwi Batsuan Genji and Jishmamit Nathan Jishu. I got Magan Gaudin man, I got Magan Cheshka Yabitsian, Nastabat Namitan, we Jabitsim go Yoch came Haganda Abitsion gun out to be Mitagano, you eat down Hitux, Aganit Nashmaitman Jishu. There's a lot of people here who are in all kinds of businesses, consultants. There's people who work in communications, people who work in businesses. What are you learning here?
I'm learning that communication is key. We have a lot of entities that are kind of sometimes doing their own thing, but with the collaboration that is required for progress and economic prosperity is truly fundamental through communication. And what this assembly does is it gives us all a chance to meet with each other, open up those lines of communication, and to discuss potential future partnerships, explore different ideas, and have an opportunity to network. So it's been quite beneficial for us.
Communications say nanos, I am hit nanos, Gamagazagona, we wheat mad nanos, Umaga mamui nanos with Habajamui, John Jagat Nestaba, which Shabit, and I am hit nanos, because you are which he does, because 1 year ago, I wish to be touched and like I stamp, I wish would Hamaj, I even be touched, but soon. Did you ever hear about the Grand Alliance?
Yes, I have. I've heard about the Grande Alliance. It's quite an interesting initiative. I do believe that the upcoming changes in infrastructure and travel are going to be requiring us a strategic vantage point. I believe the Grande Alliance is I'm quite satisfied with the approach they have taken. We're going to have to look at the way that the roads, the rails are looked at, and the comprehensive approach that they have taken is satisfactory to me. I look forward to the economic prosperity that they do provide, and we do have a say in what's being proposed. So from my personal perspective, it's been a win-win. I appreciate it.
In Gagish Batman in Stabats and Doitaxan or Garden Doitagan and Kaji Tukchin up in Betaganats Godzagon here in a Yauj Betaganats Godzagon in the shaken up the Geno, I taken Gaja that PB Godzagon Abitina Schnacks. Haggant and Nestaba Namut Sigusne, Nego shaken up the Chnia, Messa now we Batwagan Gadin Godzagon I shaken up the Chay dated Skavia with the Mono out Negano Chachi Shibits Nitskadan that Chachi Schnacks in the car. It's to the nation again. Augen and the data in the stone, what Signestabaha, the data and God, that you chigu the one which to beat at God's a guy. Merman that you chigui, I should after man, Jishwaitam. When you look at your own job and you look at the young people out there, what can you say to them to maybe tell them or encourage them to pursue something? What do you see in the future of the Cree Nation?
Oh, I see a lot of prosperity in the future of the Cree Nation, but there's one message that I want to give out to the youth out there. A lot of people over the years have asked me, what do I need to do to become a pilot? What do I need to become an executive? What do I need to do to become a president? At one point I used to say, be good at math, be good at school, be good at sciences, but I've come to realize that there's just one golden rule. And I want to share this with all the youth out there, anybody who's traveling, anybody who's trying, anybody who's struggling, and that is don't give up. Do not give up. If you keep trying, you will eventually succeed. You will fail many, many times, but eventually you will succeed. So remember this, do not give up.
Nicht mach gedish wa witmoga usnitso nyanya she we witmog ndako a datika and what jaji about gochem da dana jaji dia na bam hiana gaida go my massage jindai and then he gone station gamagan he took on nando saiting sciences masan he jikin daita and got jaji swing session of nmiashkan and miam noch got the gosh witmog usnitso nyago is about gochem mug bag to go and witmo goi buni nagada witmog goshana stig bitchin Chado Goshan Zigabitchin, Mugma Goy Boni, Zagostiga, Zagutstein Augen and Gazagon and Awish Gutstein, Zibmatsion, Awish Wichiswing, Jishua. I really, really appreciate this little talk we've had. Would you like to say anything for the Cree Nation in regards to your position?
Yes, well, thank you very much, Chris, for this time and for this interview. Message to the Cree Nation. CCDC, we're looking for the youth to come and join our team. So I hope to see you guys there one day.
Well, we tomorrow go each indeed will see judge. Next one day manage by Jendop me match to reach church. How good and go been be taken out Abbottsion. How good Danny Pash, how good and get president at that CCDC Cree Construction and Development Company. Generation company, no. How good near just dipstick and ask Mamishti. Tinanaskumtnat Ganaxitmak Grand Alliance Radio Show. Goshankada Machago Tapataxiat. Ashugum Nishu Dosta, Ushkauman. Min Jauskacha Nishno Nishchabat to discuss that. January 23, Yagat Min Jauskach at the Bajum Stadach Auganentia Yamodegnogen Grand Alliance. Twajam Namasa, Ni Christopher Herodier.